Hey guys, how's it going? Firebucks here. I want to share with you my current Slayer build, and I know a lot of people are playing Slayer Fighter right now, but I have been doing quite well both in normal and Highroller Goblin Caves, and I wanted to show off my build, including the perks, skills, and all of the equipment that I'm currently using. Alright, so first things first, for our perks, I'm going to recommend Dual Wield, which is going to increase your attack speed. Second, I'm going to recommend Combo Attack because it's going to increase your damage after your initial attack by 10%, which is a pretty big upgrade. Third, I'm going to recommend Slayer because even though you can't have plate armor, I find the mobility that Fighter has without plate is just really good in solo play. And fourth, I'm going to recommend Swift because any additional move speed that you can get is going to be really important. The only thing that is noteworthy is you could consider taking projectile resistance just to try to protect yourself a little bit more from classes such as rangers, but I think just having as much movement speed as possible is probably the better choice here. For our skills, I'm going to be using Second Wind and Sprint, which I think are the best fighter skills in the entire game. There is something to be said about Adrenaline Rush, but from what I have found, Second Wind, which is what I would replace for Adrenaline Rush, is just too strong. 50% HP for free is just really good. And with the downside of losing action speed and move speed after Adrenaline Rush is over, it makes you really vulnerable if you don't get a kill, and also kind of forces you to rush into the fight, which is something you don't always want to do because we do have ranged options available. Aside from that, all the other skills are not worth taking, and I don't think any of the other perks are worth taking either. For our build, I'm going to go step by step and explain to you what I'm using and why I'm using it. First things first, Falchion is really strong. I think it's the best weapon for Slayer Fighter. The only weapon that kind of competes is the Arming Sword, but the range the Falchion has, aside from the just raw damage, is too strong. I would recommend taking this weapon. Your Lantern is going to be what activates Dual Wield and Slayer. And if you can find any additional benefits, such as +2 weapon damage is really good, you're going to just be that much stronger in your fights. Crossbow is a given. I personally think Crossbow, because of the armor penetration, is very important. Way better than the longbow, because one of your hardest matchups is going to be a PDR fighter, and you know what the crossbow does? It kind of counters them because it does have that armor penetration. Very important to have. Definitely keep this. There's only one option that you can wear for your hat, and that's going to be the leather cap. Without plate options, we really don't have much choice here. Maybe someday we'll be able to wear something that looks a little bit better. For our chest, I'm going to recommend the padded tunic because it gives you 2 free strength for only a 9 move speed penalty, which is not that bad. For your legs, I'm going to recommend loose trousers because they're very light and give you a very good amount of agility. For your boots, I'm going to recommend Lightfoot boots, quite frankly, because the faster you're going to be able to move, the better you're going to be. Being able to get up into someone's face that is a squishy class, such as a ranger, is very important. And we're really not going for armor with this build, making these definitely best in slot. For our gloves, I'm personally going to recommend the riveted gloves because the raw strength is very important, and it's going to increase both our health and our damage. For your trinkets, both necklace and rings, in general, I'm going to recommend going for agility, because the more agility that you can have, the better you're going to be, but it is nice to have that strength too. This is why I'm going to recommend the Fox pendants, and if you can get extra stats on them, such as this +1 all, it's going to be great. And we're going to have a Ring of Quickness here with a damage bonus, which is good. And I decided to forego the extra agility and to go with this strength because any additional damage you can get on your gear is also very solid. For your cloak, I'm going to recommend agility or strength. And any modifiers that are going to give you additional damage are going to be good here. Now that I've gone over what gear, I'm going to go over the stats. I'm going to recommend when you're looking for what gear you want to wear, you're going to be looking for agility, strength, and any amount of additional damage that you can find, any of this is going to snowball into a point where you're doing very high damage. With my current build, I'm doing between 90 to 115 damage a swing headshot, which is really high, enough to just kill some classes completely outright. For our equipment, I'm going to recommend 1 surgical kit to quick heal yourself if needed, 1 campfire because it's going to regenerate your second wind, which is very important because if you don't have second wind for a future fight, you could end up dying over it. Ale, because ale is ridiculously strong. 11 free strength is not something to take lightly. It's going to increase your health and your damage. Protection potions, if you can afford them or find them. I personally don't buy them, but I use them any chance I can. And Francisca axes are really strong because you have so much movement speed. You're able to use them, especially against certain classes that are really trying to get into melee range with you, notably the Barbarian. You can get them very low HP before they ever have a chance to fight you, and by the time they reach you, they might already almost be dead, and you might just kill them in one shot. With that out of the way, I want to show you some PvP that I had both in normals and high roller. Enjoy the video. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a like, sub to the channel for a future comment, and comment below any suggestions you might have. I want to thank Gamatron, Olduck, and Kid Brutal for supporting the channel, alongside our other members. Thank you all. Have a good day.